On April 20th at dawn, two young men set out on a fishing trip down the river towards a dense mangrove forest. Their journey took them on a long boat ride downstream, navigating through calm waters and thick vegetation, until they finally arrived at a secluded and serene spot, far from the bustle of civilization. As one of the men jumped into the water to secure their boat, a sharp, acrid odor caught his attention. Intrigued and slightly uneasy, they decided to investigate the source of the smell. The men carefully made their way ashore, the pungent scent growing stronger with each step. Their curiosity soon turned to horror when they stumbled upon a ghastly scene. A human body hanging lifelessly from a tree branch, its decomposition evident. Nearby, a skull lay on the ground, partially covered by leaves and debris. Shocked and terrified by their gruesome discovery, the men quickly abandoned their boat and hurried to the nearest village to report the chilling find. Their urgent news prompted an immediate response from local authorities, setting off a chain of events that would unravel a tragic and mysterious tale. In response to the alarming report, a team of investigators, forensic experts, and police officers swiftly arrived at the remote scene. Their mission was to uncover the truth behind the horrifying discovery. Upon arrival, the experts confirmed that the body was indeed human. The state of decomposition suggested that it had been hanging from the tree for an extended period. As the investigators carefully examined the area, they found several items scattered nearby: packs of cigarettes, a bottle of packaged drinking water, and a lighter. These personal belongings likely belonged to the victim, providing crucial clues to the identity of the deceased. The remains, including the skull found on the ground, were carefully collected and sent for a detailed forensic examination. Amidst the decomposed flesh and torn clothing, forensic experts identified the victim through modest remnants of her attire. The tragic revelation confirmed the identity of the deceased as Liga, a 33-year-old hiker who had gone missing. The discovery of her body marked the beginning of a complex investigation to unravel the circumstances leading to her untimely death. Liga was born in Latvia in 1986, growing up in a large and loving family. She was particularly close to her siblings, sharing both joys and hardships with her older brother and younger sister, Ilse. As she grew older, Liga moved to Ireland, where her life took a new turn. There she met Andrew Jordan. Initially, Liga's shy nature made it difficult for her to connect with new people. However, over time, she and Andrew grew close, eventually marrying and making plans for their future together. The couple shared a dream of opening a yoga retreat center in Portugal. They worked hard, saving money for 4 years to bring their vision to life. But in early 2018, Liga's life took a difficult turn. She began experiencing severe skin disease, which caused her considerable physical discomfort and led to depression. Understanding her sister's plight, Ilse decided to help. She invited Liga on a healing trip to Kerala, India, renowned for its Ayurvedic treatments. Ilse hoped that this journey would help Liga find relief from her ailments and restore her emotional well-being. The sisters embarked on their trip in February 2018, seeking solace and healing in the tranquil environment of Kerala. In February 2018, Liga and her sister Ilse traveled to Kovalam, Kerala, with the hope of healing and rejuvenation. They enrolled in a 6-week Ayurvedic treatment program, which included yoga classes, meditation sessions, and various traditional therapies. The serene environment of Kovalam was ideal for their purpose, promising relaxation and recovery. However, on the morning of March 14th, Liga, complaining of a headache, decided to skip her yoga class. Instead, she stayed in her room while Ilse attended the session. Later that day, Liga left the hotel alone, dressed in leggings and a yoga t-shirt. She hired an auto rickshaw and headed to Kovalam Beach, a popular spot for both locals and tourists. As the day turned into night, Ilse grew increasingly worried. She frantically searched the beach, showing Liga's picture to anyone who would listen, but no one had seen her sister. Despite her efforts, there was no sign of Liga. Desperate, Ilse reported Liga's disappearance to the local police. Unfortunately, the initial response was dismissive and no immediate action was taken. The search for Liga had begun, but she remained missing, and Ilse's anxiety grew with each passing hour. Initially, when Liga disappeared, the local police were dismissive, assuring Ilse and Andrew that she would likely return on her own. However, days turned into weeks without any sign of Liga. Frustrated by the lack of progress and concerned for Liga's safety, Ilse and Andrew decided to take matters into their own hands. They launched a vigorous campaign, reaching out to the local media and leveraging social media platforms to amplify their plea for help. Posters bearing Liga's image were plastered across Kovalam and neighboring areas, urging anyone with information to come forward. Ilse and Andrew offered a substantial reward, hoping it would incentivize people to provide crucial leads. The community rallied behind them, with locals joining in the search efforts. Together they combed through the bustling beaches and quiet corners of Kovalam, hoping to uncover any clue that could lead them to Liga. Their determination grew as each day passed without any news. Despite the mounting pressure and public outcry, weeks went by with no breakthroughs. Hope began to wane until April 20th, when a chilling discovery was made deep within the dense mangrove jungle. It was a tragic moment that would forever change the course of their search. A local resident stumbled upon a human body suspended from a tree branch, hidden amidst the tangled roots and dense foliage of the mangroves. The grim find sparked an immediate response from authorities, who rushed to the scene to investigate. Forensic experts and police officers meticulously examined the site, confirming the worst fears of Ilse and Andrew. The body, showing signs of decomposition, was identified as Liga's through the remnants of clothing and personal items found nearby. The discovery sent shockwaves through the community and marked a devastating turning point in the search for Liga Skromane. Ilse and Andrew, upon seeing the body, recognized Liga's clothes, but noticed discrepancies with her jacket and shoes. The condition of the body was distressing, with severe injuries and the head found separately. To confirm Liga's identity definitively, DNA analysis was necessary. Forensic experts concluded that Liga had been strangled to death, marking a tragic end to their search. This revelation brought both closure and further questions about the circumstances leading to Liga's untimely demise. After an extensive investigation, law enforcement officials apprehended Umesh and Udayakumar, who, under interrogation, confessed to the brutal killing of Liga. They disclosed that they had enticed her with narcotics before subjecting her to a harrowing ordeal of abuse and ultimately strangling her to death. Both perpetrators had a history of criminal activities, which raised serious concerns about their propensity for violence and exploitation. Despite Andrew's persistent suspicions that more individuals might have been involved in Liga's tragic fate, the Supreme Court of India rejected his plea for a case review due to the lack of substantial direct evidence implicating additional suspects. This decision left Liga's family and advocates dismayed, as they sought closure and justice for the heinous crime that befell her during her quest for healing in India. In December 2022, the judicial process reached its culmination with the sentencing of Umesh and Udayakumar to life imprisonment, a pivotal moment in the quest for justice in Liga's case. This landmark decision not only marked the end of a legal chapter, but also served as a poignant reminder of the prevalence of violence against women in India. The court's ruling, which also mandated the payment of compensatory damages to Ilse, Liga's determined sister, resonated deeply nationwide. The tireless efforts of Liga's family, bolstered by unwavering support from the media and advocacy from a prominent member of parliament, ensured that every facet of the case received thorough scrutiny and consideration. Their persistent pursuit of truth and justice amidst numerous challenges underscored the gravity of the issue and amplified calls for systemic change to protect and uphold the rights of women across the country. The verdict was not merely a closure for Liga's loved ones, but also a rallying cry for broader societal awareness and action against gender-based violence. It underscored the collective resolve to address deep-rooted societal issues and foster a safer environment where every individual, regardless of gender, can live free from fear and harm. Liga's heartbreaking tale serves as a powerful lesson about the risks that may await in unknown locales. Through her family's unyielding perseverance, a measure of justice was achieved. Yet her ordeal highlights the critical need for vigilance and prudence, especially for women journeying solo in foreign lands. This tragic incident underscores the significance of ensuring personal safety and taking precautions while exploring unfamiliar territories. Thank you for watching this documentary segment. Stay tuned for more compelling narratives. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on our latest stories.